splish splash, I was taking a bath. Long about a Saturday night.
Hi there. I'm going to show you how to make soap, and we're going to make a vegetarian soap, and it's going to smell of oranges and lemons. I'm going to show you what you need to make the soap and how to make the soap, and your soap will look like this at the end of the soap making. Ooh! Okay. That one's not very mild. Neither is that. But this is what your soap will look like, because we're going to make an olive oil, palm oil and a vegetable oil soap. So, using pink French clay as contrast, and give it that lovely marble look like fudge or marble cake. There we go. So, smells good enough to eat. Here we go. What do you need to make soap? Well, first of all, you need a little bit of time, perhaps an hour, and you can't be distracted, so you should have the phone off the hook or the phone beside you. So you're going to need both of your hands at the very beginning. You are going to need a pair of scales. You can use electronic scales, but I've had these for 10 years and I keep using them for soap making. So you'll need scales because all your ingredients need to be weighed. So you need scales. You are going to need a dish where you will pour your soap after you've mixed it and stirred it for 40 minutes. You will need a bucket for your water, which is just here. You're going to need a stirrer so that you can stir the sodium hydroxide, or otherwise known as caustic, in the bucket. You're going to need a bucket for the oil, and you're going to need a stirrer for that as well. Something like this. You should wear an apron. You have to have gloves, and you will need some goggles. The most important thing of all, some safety goggles. You'll need the essential oil to fragrance your soap, and I buy mine in bulk, but sometimes I get little bottles of essential oil, and I'm going to use lemongrass and orange today, sweet orange. And when you mix your oil, you'll have to have a measuring dish or glass. So, you weigh out your oil. Your oil may all be liquid, but if it isn't, and we are using coconut oil and palm oil today, and both of those come solidified, so we'll have to melt them. So you will need some sort of a pot in which to melt down your oil. So this is the pot that I use. Put it on low flame, you see that? And I have a thermometer to put into the soap and see what the temperature is. So you're going to need 2 thermometers, and you're going to need 2 plastic containers, as well as the bucket for the water. And I think that's all you need. You need to have a cup of tea or coffee close by, and your phone perhaps, and I'll see you in a minute. Well, we've measured 650 grams of lye, or caustic soda, sorry, this is caustic soda, and we're going to pop this into the water. You can use distilled water, just plain water from supermarket, but I like to boil my own water. So I have 1800 mils of water. Here we are, outside, the water in the bucket, and I am going to add the caustic soda to the water. Now you need to do this outside, so tie your animals up if you've got dogs. You need a well-ventilated spot, so I tend to do this outside. Here we go. Now stand back, pour it in. Nothing really happens until you stir, and you need to stir this up. And leave it out here until it cools. I've got my pot, and I'm going to put in my coconut oil. I just buy Kofa from the supermarket, and I've bought 6 of these because my recipe is requiring 1.5 kilos, and they are 250 grams each. So it's a beautiful white vegetable oil, nice and hard, and I have to liquefy the coconut oil. Okay, here we are. This is my palm oil, and palm oil also comes in solid form. So we need to get 2.5 kilos of the palm oil and melt it down with the coconut oil. So just put it up and we'll break this up. Although it's hard, it's quite soft. So here we go. Nice look to it, very creamy. So this is a vegetable soap that we're making. Palm oil, olive oil and coconut oil. And these oils are quite easy to get at the supermarket or a specialist shop. So these are lovely little old scales given to me by a girlfriend that I've had for years, and I've always used it for soap making. I don't weigh anything when I cook. Okay. Have a look at how easily that cuts through. Okay, that is 1 kilo. It does not look like a kilo, but that is a kilo of palm oil. Now I'm just going to pop it in to my container here and get another kilo. This is the very last bit of palm oil. Now you may be able to get your palm oil cheaper if its use-by date has expired. This is palm oil used for cooking, but the expiry date, well, it's expired for cooking, but it's perfect for soap making. And the little bits here you can use to grease your container. Now that is 2 kilos there. So again, it doesn't look like very much. I'll pop it into I need another 500 grams, and there isn't 500 grams in here, but I've got these little bits which I will keep to lubricate my